Well, hello there, gorgeous. My name's Rettie Ta'Lev, and welcome to my channel. When the network said I'd get my own show, well, I just about cried. For about an hour, I was scared. I really don't know how to talk sometimes. I'm supposed to talk for 30 minutes and then do a reveal. They must think I'm, some kind of drag queen. Oh, wait, I am. And aren't you just absolutely appalled by this here mug? I did my hair today, and I think it looks beautiful. Something different. I finally got on lashes, some falsies. Whew, feels like caterpillars all over my face. But we do what we can, what we have. And for these 30 minutes, I'm going to bring you into the wild, fabulous world of painting. I have painted for about maybe since I ever can remember, actually. Yeah, I've painted for a long time. And my favorite things to paint are surrealism. And surrealism is just realism, some kind of symbolism. Surrealism is the art in which not everything is as it seems. It could be more realism than cartoonish, or more cartoonish than realism. And I think it blends both qualities of art perfectly. And I have the tiniest little canvas. I wish it was something bigger or something grand, but I guess the budget on the show is a zero. I consider myself a drag jester, although drag queen does fit. Jesters are just a bit more fun to me. Oh, how do I feel? I feel very stressed out. We have a lovely basket full of art supplies. So I guess the budget is just a little bigger than I thought. We have primary colors, and we have what I assume are science supplies leftovers. What do you mean these are my paint holders? Shouldn't I get an easel or something? Use the basket? Why, you're crazy. Well, I suppose we should do our best. So I'm going to prep these here, what I assume are petri dishes, for my paints. And I think I'm going to draw the triceratops, or paint the triceratops. I have plenty of little dinosaurs. Before I waste my time, I do want to show you the little dinosaurs and animals I do have. I have hippopotamus. I have the Piggly Wigglies. I think this is called a stegosaurus. Oh, no, I'm wrong. Well, I haven't been to school in a while. I do have a triceratops, my favorite. And then I have another triceratops. And if I look around this here room, I think I have a few more. I found another triceratops. Well, anywho, I'm gonna speed this up and hopefully they don't take out my time for putting the paints in. I suppose I started without you, but we're still putting paint in these here petri dishes. I'm gonna leave that one blank so we can have a nice mixer. And they gave me this dirty paint water, so I guess we'll have to do. But let's start with the painting. And since this budget is negative, we're going to be painting right here. We're not going to be painting on the wall because that's just silly. I think I might hang the easel right here so y'all can see what I'm doing in real time. Oh, honey, you got a close-up of me. You're supposed to point at the art. We are with the canvas hung. I'm going to start off with a rough sketch of my triceratops. Now what I'm doing here is doing something just of shapes. Oh, honey, I must be hungry. Doing something with shapes. Hopefully getting somewhat of the right reference of it. And I'm thinking of drawing this little creature and a nice little field of flowers. Maybe wearing a pink ribbon and whatnot, because it is just so pretty. And I haven't finished the painting since maybe last Saturday because I got struck with inspiration. And I've been procrastinating making my reveal dress. So, do what you will with that information. But I hope it turns out well. I spent all of last night doing what I could to it. I think I'll just draw it like that. And for the Surrealism part, I'll draw it like that. And maybe I'll draw that as a comet. Maybe I'll just draw a little T-Rex arms on it. He's plotting these devious little things. There we go. And I think I'm going to have... I guess I'll just draw something else. I guess I'll draw myself. You know, nothing fun in a little self-portrait. Now again, this is just a rough sketch. I don't really look like that. That portrait isn't me. We got one cameraman, and that is moi. This is what I have so far. This is a dinosaur. And that is me right over here. Look at his little arms. Oh, they're little arms. The dinosaur, I think it has quite the gender. Like I said, just outlining me. Should I draw myself in drag? I think I should. Let me zoom in a little bit more. I'm going to draw my little eyelashes. Oh, that's my eye. Then we're going to draw every little lash. No eye bags, because you're not going to be too realistic. And then I draw my big lips. The lumptuous darling. There we go. My little brow. And then my darling hair today. Looks just like me, doesn't it? I even have glasses on. I think I'm gonna put glasses on. I do wear glasses, but it's not in my videos. Hopefully I don't look too much of one thing. Alright, now what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna pick out my colors. I'm gonna start out with the dinosaur here. I'm gonna make it a purple. I'm gonna pick up my, oh, almost dropped it, a little petri dish of paint. Let's zoom in one more time, because they got me running the entire show at this point. I'm gonna start off with the dinosaur. Just trying to do the outline and not lose any of those shapes. I've been getting ready for like 2 or 3 hours, so I didn't have time to make anything great. So if my stomach is rumbling, don't worry, I'll be eating right after this. Do outline. He's a purple creature, that purple little creature. One of the horns. And that's the outline so far. He looks silly on camera. You know, I think I'm dead set on being a boy. I think he'll have a nice little dress on, a tuxedo. Who knows? Just outline still. Don't be afraid for it to be messy if you're playing along or not. Because everything will come out eventually. Now, I'm not going to wash it off because I still want some of that purple in it. So I'm going to grab the next color, which is this lovely blue. And I'm just going to add an ombre effect to it. to speed this up if I make it in time. Don't worry, I'm still going to do my very best to make it look cute. After all, I'm an artiste. You see him out once more? He's like a little blueberry. I liked art since I was a kid, mostly because it could be anything you want. I used to not be able to color inside the lines, and people make fun of me, so I did my very best and I learned to color inside the lines, but something about it just didn't seem right. It was not as fun or as freeing as they said it would be, so I guess I've been learning to try to do what I want to do with my painting now. So if it's not their style, well then who cares? It's my style. And if they don't like it, well, I guess I never quite asked them. Or cared. I don't want to lose that right there. I'm just gonna... Now I think I'm going to go in with a yellow. I think the theme is green and yellow today. Green, yellow, and pink. Again, not going to wash my brush. I want some of that ombre in. I'm going to do his arms with green shell. Just for some dichotomy in there. Ooh, big word. Oh, I think we lost some shape. I have to add a nice little highlight. Enough to go back in with white because we lost his arm shape. Just a little bit. But yeah, I used to be quite the little artist. You know, I never did quite stop art fully. But I suppose I started listening to people and what they liked about my art and what they didn't like, and I took that to heart a little bit too much. So now, that's why I went to Surrealism, because it's going to be whatever you want. I wanted to go to art college as well. But honey, that's expensive, and my dad said I wouldn't make a living, so you know what I did? I didn't go. And I regret it. I regret it till this very day. Of course, I could go at any time if I really put myself to it, really applied myself, but I hear some very bad things about art college sometimes, and I feel like all that money, when I could be spending all that money on my art myself and self-teaching myself a little bit more like I used to. Yes, I painted over his eye, but I'll paint it over again. I'll paint the shape of it. He's like a little peacock. I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see it. Oh, he looks scary right now. He looks very scary. I suppose they're scarier in the times. You know, there's a wild peacock that lives on my road. My mama saw him about a month ago. He was living his best life. Because peacocks can be male. You know, I just found that out. Those that they're female with the pretty feathers. But he used to say a male can be pretty as well. Okay. I think he's looking fabulous. Now I'm going to clean off my brush just a little bit. And I'm going to paint the bottom of his jaw orange so it's a contrast. How much time we got on the clock? 10 minutes, that's not bad. We gotta keep going though. Nice little contrast. Now we're gonna work on me real quick. Now, before you say anything, I'm gonna paint myself orange. And not because I'm that kind of person, but because it's a base layer, and I layer on paints one by one so that they could look more my skin tone. course, I can just use my foundation like I've done in other times, but I'm just going to do a light coat of orange on the outline. It'll look more green, but it'll look brown in a moment. And you see where you lost all that detail? I do nice thin paint coats so I can see that throughout. I usually just do the shapes and then I go in with the details because it takes less time. Gotta make it look a bit messy. A bit messy like me, darling. Move the camera off so you can see the paint a little bit more. There we go, gorgeous. Now I'm gonna go in with this burnt sienna, and I use burnt sienna more than anything because you can use any other color with it and it'll make a nice gorgeous brown. Now this will look darker than I am in person, but I'm gonna make it look lighter. Add a little light colors like yellow, and I'm gonna add some more orange. Oh, let's not get too crazy. See that? It's gonna drip onto the actual thing, and we don't want that. And normally I would layer a lot. The last paint I did, like I said last Saturday, took almost 3 layers for me to have the perfect skin tone that I wanted for my person I was painting. Going in with some yellow. I'm just gonna carve out my shapes. Into the nose. This would be a light source right there. And then just gonna lightly go over that. Lightly. I think we're making good on time, but don't trust me on that. When I say I'm ready to leave, that means give it 20 more minutes. And I don't mean that in a jokey way. I do mean that in I need some time because I just got out of the shower. I'm going to give some black for my hair so it gives me other time for everything else to dry. And I haven't cleaned my brush once because that dirt paint water is not looking pretty. So I guess we're just going to be mixing colors as we go. Nice little curl right there. My big bun. Ooh, she looking gorgeous. She looks just like me, doesn't she? Doesn't she? I think so. I did my mug a little different today because I was feeling real party. And 18 people watched my other YouTube video. And let me stop for a moment. To those 18 people, I want to say thank you very much. I think I'm a little bit entertaining, if not a little bit annoying. And I think I've been pretty neat so far. Not a lot of paint on my overalls. Let's get back to the painting because we're almost 15 minutes into the video. And I hope that I have enough time for a review. If not, I can talk to the producers about giving me some extra time. But shh, don't tell them that. I gotta be, very sweet. Sweet as southern honey. I'm not gonna. There we go. Let's make this even again. There we go. Hello, my baby hairs. And we go in and do my lipstick because the lipstick's always black. And I think I like black lipstick because it makes my parents so mad. They'll go and see me, they're like, oh, again. I was in the emo phase. If not, I was in the alternative phase, which is not really a phase because look at me now, honey. I was in the alternative phase back in the pandemic when it started, and I kept it for a while until I got an adult job. This is an old photo I have of me as I think a senior in high school. This was towards the end of my more heavy alternative phase, but I was still alternative in my own way. I was giving wannabe hippie, wannabe, beatnik. I'm very grateful that I have a job of any sort, so I'm gonna go back into my nose and finish up these little details. See my eyelashes, nice little face. And this thing keeps on tilting. I'm going to do the Triceratops eye so we can match it a little bit. There we go. Oh, I guess I'm going to use the paint water. 16 minutes in. Hopefully there's not a lot of edits. Or you'll be hearing time skips. Like you'll see 10 minutes in and it'll be 20 minutes later. Then add a little white for my makeup. A little white for my eyes. And so far, it's looking like that. Oof, I look like I got a mean mug on. I think I'm going with black. Do my little eyebrow. Oh, it's looking sharp, by the way. And this is where the Surrealism comes in. I'm going to do the ombre. Which is why the outline is purple, because it kind of makes it pop a little bit more. And there we are. And that is a 21-minute mark, so I went over a bit more of my time, but we're going to have to make the reveal a little bit shorter. Now, I'm going to zoom out because I'm a one-woman crew. Take it off, it looks a bit wet. And here is the final reveal. Look at the ombre of them. These tiny little hands, I get to define them well. And here's me. And although it doesn't look very much like me, I like to think she still look pretty and the skin tone kind of matches. I hope you enjoy this and wait on a short moment for my reveal.
Oh wow, a camera! I've never seen one of those before.
Here's the reveal of my outfit, and though it may not be living up to expectations, I just adore it. Here is some yellow incorporated into pink. I embroidered this. They're all buttons. This is the pink gown that I sewed last night. It is deconstructed for sure. A mix match of things. I tried to do the measurements when I was inside my padding. It did not come out exactly as planned. I wanted to hand sew some ribbon on the bottom. The back wraps around the bosom, the butt. It is definitely a work in progress, but I simply adore it. A little necklace that ties into the top. Top's supposed to be a little bit more open. There we go. And that is the end of the episode of Rettie's Recreational Half Hour. I hope you enjoyed and come back next time when I will be showing you rock collecting. I have so many rocks already collected, some shiny. I don't like tumbling rocks, so if you're looking for that, I'm sorry. That is the end, and if you stayed longer than you should have, naughty, you have reached and unlocked the bloopers. Why I can't tell you that? You know, there's no one here interviewing me right now. I'm just here in the room by myself. I started without you, but we are so far so almost close. Out here we mostly have words. And that is the end of the very first hour. And here is the reveal of my outfit. I know it may not live up to expectations, but like I said, I hand sew this. I hand sewed. I hand sewn. I hand sewed. I do put these videos out here hoping to get some attention, obviously. So if you watch my video, I hope that you like, comment, and subscribe.